Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about if you should continue summoning on Dorothy now that you have summoned for Dorothy. It's been a few days, and is it worth it? Is it not worth it? What you get from it, the benefits, all that stuff. But before we begin, make sure you guys subscribe and like. It is your boy Zxous. We did hit 2K, so thank you guys for that. But yeah, let's start. So Dorothy obviously is a fantastic character. She is going to be the first burst 1/22nd cooldown pilgrim character in the game, and she's going to actually be the first pilgrim that is a supporter that actually does damage, right? This is the first burst 1 pilgrim that actually does damage, right? You can actually consider as a main DPS or sub DPS. I've seen people go with a main DPS for her, but really a sub DPS you can do. Alright, she's a fantastic character, a great character. Really, she really is. But now we're going to talk about if you need dupes for her or not. Now, obviously, I do think this is a character that you should get dupes for. I do. Simply because it's a character that I want to say somewhat I mean, obviously, every character, like I always say, benefits from dupes, right? Every character in this game always benefits from dupes. But this character actually benefits from dupes a lot because, again, her skills kind of skill off attack here. Like 171% of attack, right? And then also the damage here is going to be very, very nice. She's going to be also the maximum accumulated damage is a certain percentage of the caster's attack, right? So obviously you want to keep increasing that attack, and then because she just does so much damage, having the dupes is going to be very, very worth it, right? In terms of getting her how much dupes, I would say LB3 is fine, right? You can go for the core 7 or you can go for just general core dupes, but I don't feel like you really need all that. I don't even think, honestly, I don't think you need dupes. I don't think so. I don't think you need dupes for this character. You probably want dupes, but I don't think you need dupes. I think this character is a great character as 1 star, 0 star, whatever stars you have for her, right? As long as you really have her skills, right? Just getting dupes for her makes her a lot better. So there is that. In terms of the banner value though, right, it's kind of hard for me to say keep going in a sense, just because the banner rate is 1%. So you got to remember that it's not really easy for me to say, hey, keep summoning on the banner with 1% Dorothy, right? But then again, it's like Dorothy's a character who's really good with dupes, right? Out of all these characters that have dropped, I would say only Modernia and Dorothy are the 2 characters that I feel like you should continue summoning for after you've already pulled them because of how good they are. But the problem with both of them is that they were 1%. They are 1% banner rates. So it's kind of hard to say. And then also the near collab is something, right? Now we don't know when the near collab is coming exactly. We do know it's in the second half of the year, so that gives you some type of hope, but realistically we have no idea when it's coming. So I don't really want to say, oh, just save it because the next banner is near, because it's most likely not going to be near the next banner. But I do think that it's not all that bad to summon on this banner. One, you have a month basically. Not really, you have 3 weeks, right? So it says right here you have 18 more days left. This banner lasts for 3 weeks. Usually banners last for 2 weeks. This banner lasts for 3 weeks. So you have an additional week to pull for this character. So it's not all that bad to really go for those dupes. I do think you should continue summoning if you need the dupes, just because she's a character who, 1, benefits from it, and 2, is really, really, really going to be like fantastic with those dupes. Now, like I said before, she's not a character who needs it. So if you don't want dupes, never force yourself to get dupes. Dorothy is not a character who needs dupes. Please do not force yourself to get dupes. But like I said, dupes do give you nice stats, like stat increase, right? 413, 179, 19k here, and then obviously you could get 3 stars and stuff like that. I think LB3 is max. I think if you're free to play, probably not. Let me do that. If you're a Will and you're asking yourself if you should continue summoning, by all means, go ahead. You're a Will for a reason, right? If you're a Dolphin, should you continue summoning? That's really still up to you, but I would lean more towards the yes side, because again, having dupes of this character is going to be more valuable than pulling in 1 copy of the brand new character that will probably be useful in 1 thing, right? As of late, we've only gotten characters that are useful in like one thing. Biscuit's kind of useful everywhere, but mainly shines in PvP because that's where defenders shine, and that's where like Biscuit heavily shines on her second skill there. Sakura only shines in the train. D shines against Modernia boss and train, right? Just bosses in general, essentially, but mainly just the Modernia boss and train. And then ever since, I think before that was Soda. Soda really doesn't have much use to me, to be honest. But then Dorothy is a character that has use everywhere. This is a character who replaces, not like full hard like replaces her, but like as a character who replaces Litter essentially on your team. Right, I don't even use Litter on my main team no more because I have Dorothy, and my Litter has overload gear. Now, I'm not saying Litter is a bad character. It's just, well, I'm not gonna use her if I want to use Dorothy, right? I prefer having that extra damage from her, right? And like I said before, this is the only burst 1 character in the game that actually does damage. And what I mean by that is this girl can stand toe to toe with characters like Guilty. Heck, even do more than Guilty. Right, she could probably do more than your secondary DPS as well, right? I've seen a video where Dorothy ended up doing the second highest amount right after Modernia, and Scarlet was on that team as well, right? So keep all that in mind with this character. The accumulated damage is going to be great. Her second skill is going to be great, especially with the dupes. Having more attack for those skills are going to be very, very good. But like I said, these are not characters you need dupes for. I want to say characters like Dorothy, characters like Litter. These are characters you just need one copy. You just need the skill. You just need the accumulated damage. That's it. Because essentially the accumulated damage is not really based on her dupes, right? It works for all allies as well. So it's like you can have dupes on all the other allies and still get the damage to max and stuff like that. It's not like she's gonna, you know, she has to be the only one attacking into it. If that was the case, then that would be more of a reason why you should go for dupes. Essentially, not really, because then I feel like it would make it worse if she was the only one who could affect this brand debuff, in my opinion. So I don't think if you're free to play, I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you're free to play, I do not recommend you keep summoning, right? 1% is way too hard for you guys, and then also, or it's way too low for you guys, and then also, if a lot of you guys are saving for the near collab, you might as well go for that as well, because Dorothy is going to be on that banner at the 0.0714% rate, where Haran, Snow White, Noah, Scarlet, Isabel, Rapunzel, Modernia are. Dorothy is going to be added to this rate on the near banner, so also keep that in mind. You could easily just pull Dorothy on that banner if you get lucky, of course. Here you have a higher chance of pulling Dorothy, and she's guaranteed. If you have tickets, I would just recommend using your tickets, right? Golden mileage shop. If you have 200 gold tickets, you don't even need to keep summoning. Just get dupes. Just buy dupes if you have her, because this is a character you probably want to buy dupes for. It's a really good character to buy dupes for, but if you're saving your dupes for the near collab, that also is fine. But yeah, basically in conclusion, or to close it off, I think if you're a whale, by all means go ahead. If you're a dolphin, and basically you could also go ahead, but if you're free to play, there's no point. Right, there's no point, because you just need the one copy, right? Unless you actually want more copies of her, then go for her by all means. This is not a bad character to chase dupes for, right? But you guys let me know what you think. It's gonna be your boy Zxous. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Later. Peace.